Good morning. I recently received this beautiful comment under one of my videos, and I'll read it to you. I used to be a smoker and managed to quit, and quitting chips is way harder than smoking. I hope to one day be 4 years sober from chips too, but currently I'm in the day one stage. And it's amazing to see that somebody is starting, that they have day one, but day two, day three, day four, they are so difficult. So I wanted to make this video to explain what you can do in the first days when you quit eating chips. And it's been around 2 weeks since Agne, I hope that I'm pronouncing the name correctly, posted this comment, and I really hope that she's now on day 14, 15, 16, because it's so important to continue the days, don't stop, don't give up. As a quick introduction, my name is Jolanta, and I share my journey how I managed to quit eating potato chips that I was doing for every day for almost 2 decades, and now I need to be a little bit harsh. It's up to you how you manage those first 30 days. Your girlfriend might suggest to share with her a bag of chips for a Netflix episode. Or your colleagues at work may joke that you can just eat one chip. Or when you are walking down the aisle and you can literally, oh my god, no. Let's skip this word. You can hear the whisper of chips calling onto you. And it's up to you to quit this habit. I'm not going to push you. Your family and friends, they're not going to motivate you. It's your own determination. It's your work, hard work that you will need to put into, the research, I'll mention the research later in the video, and your willingness to not take this crap anymore. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be extremely difficult. I remember my first 30 days were super hard. That's why I didn't relapse, because I knew that I don't want to continue with this cycle anymore. So please, please remember that it's your own decision, your own work that you need to put into. So now let's listen to 3 most important strategies to do during the first 30 days. First strategy, count the days. Use the app that will show you how many days it's been since the last time that you ate chips. I use the app called Days Since, and it's perfect because it's very basic, very simple, and perfectly fulfills its purpose. And this is not a sponsored video. I would just recommend this app everywhere where I mention quitting potato chips or any actually food habit. I cannot stress this enough, but without seeing your progress, you would feel that you are suffering without any purpose. And I don't want you to go through that. I want you to see every day how the number of days is increasing, and you need to be proud of that. That's why you need to use the app. Or any marker, you can just take a notebook and count off the days. But for me, I really loved seeing even the seconds moving in the right direction. And at the beginning, you might be opening the app every few minutes, every few hours, but this is completely normal. I was doing exactly the same. But with time, you would stop doing that, because you would feel inside that you are going to the right place, in the right direction, and it would just be for fun to see how many weeks, how many months, how many years it's been, and it's all part of the journey. Now we need to move to a different location because my hand is getting tired of holding this phone. So let's go to the second strategy, which is negotiating in your mind. And this one is super, super important. So keep watching. We need to get serious now, because the rule that I'm going to tell you is very important. And this may sound weird and woo-woo-y for some, but hear me out. Whatever you do during the day, you have conversations in your mind. Should I eat yogurt or leftover pizza for breakfast? Do I need to vacuum the apartment? Or can I just scroll Instagram for 1 hour? Should I brush my teeth when I'm comfortably falling asleep watching Friends? You always negotiate in your mind, and sometimes the bad habits win, but sometimes not. And when it comes to potato chips, most probably your bad habits were winning. Otherwise, you won't be watching this video learning how to stop eating potato chips. And now it's your job to listen to the voice in your head and argue with it. And what I mean by that, there is a technique called addictive voice recognition therapy. And that technique was used by alcohol and drug users. The technique was developed by Jack Trimpey in 1986, and it defines addictive voice as any thinking that supports or suggests the possible future use of alcohol or other drugs. It will sound weird for some people, but I use the same technique for my potato chips addiction, and in this method they recommend for you to name the voice in your head. I used the same name as Catherine Gray used in this book, and it was Voldemort. And you need to understand that this voice, Voldemort in my case, he wants you to fail. He doesn't have your best interest at heart. He wants you to spend evenings watching TV, wasting your time, eating as much food as possible when your stomach hurts. And he will do his best to convince you that he's right and you are wrong. But he won't say it directly to you. He will use like cute and very convincing, manipulating sentences. For example, you deserve a nice treat after a long day at work, or you did very good with your diet the whole week, so now of course you can eat those delicious chili lime chips that they just rolled out, and you need to try them because they are so good. Now it's your job to be angry, like be pissed that somebody in your head is trying to convince you to do the bad things. Like, come on, it's not going to happen. So you need to argue with the voice. You need to be very direct, very harsh, use as many curse words as you want, because that actually helps. That helped me. I was very inappropriate in my responses, but that was all happening in my head. I was not saying this out loud on the street. I was just saying this in my head and also at home. So use this. This is the best way to fight anything that you want to quit. Just listen to your voice. Don't distract yourself with music, with TV, with your TikTok, Instagram. Just listen. Listen what's happening inside of you. And for more inspiration, I highly recommend reading this whole section of the book I've mentioned earlier, because it describes perfectly the battles that you can have with the beast in your mind. All right, so now let's move to the last strategy, which is doing the research. You have probably tried quitting chips in the past and you have failed miserably. And that's okay, that's life, and it happens to all of us. But if you seriously consider quit eating chips, you need to put in some work. And it needs to be work that you've never done in the past. Some new methods, and even watching my video. That's the first step of doing something different, because probably you never saw anybody online discussing potato chips addiction in such detail. So congratulations to you. You've made the first step. But the second step is reading books. And the background that you can see, it's no coincidence. I'm crazy passionate about books since I discovered the self-development section, because I was always reading non-fiction, and I remember the first book that I read that was not about some stories, and I got hooked immediately. And I cannot underestimate how much value somebody's work that I've been doing for years doing all the research, all the preparation, all the experience that they poured into the pages of the books, this is priceless. And use that. Use that to your advantage to make your life better, to quit bad habits, to understand the relationships that you have with people. But when you are serious about quitting chips, you need to read about the industry, the habits. What else you can read about? The addiction. Obviously, you can read about addictions, and it doesn't have to be specifically about food, because I found that it's not easy at the beginning to find books about food addictions. They talk about food disorders like binge eating, but for me, I was trying to find something specific about chips and I could not find anything. That's why I'm making those videos for people like you, like me. But do the research. Be like a student. I don't know what's your age. You might be super young, you might be super old, but when I was quitting chips, I was, I don't remember, 20 something, 28, 29? Yes. I had to go back and sit down and read books. So I can talk about books for hours and I'll be repeating that every single time, but just do the research. And the second part about doing the research, except for reading all the books, is to distill all the information that you find on the internet. When I was trying to quit eating those delicious, delicious potato chips, I was reading advice such as eat veggie chips or crunchy like veggie chips that are grilled in your oven or any like alternative, and that didn't work. That was such a bad advice. Or advice to drink a glass of water. Like, no way that's going to help me quit eating chips. You need to first change your mindset. Something needs to change here in your mind before you can actually implement the other like replacement foods in your diet. And don't be discouraged. You will find bad advice everywhere. You cannot find something perfect immediately. You need to be patient, that in the end you will find the exact solution for your problem. It may not be my advice, it may not be the books or all the resources that I'm recommending, but still, watching this, it's triggering you to do proper research and proper work to, again, a better place. And why the research is important, it's not to get more information about the habits or the addictions. It's also, first of all, to distract yourself from the time that you normally spend, for example, in the evening, spend watching TV shows and eating chips. You need to find different activities. So doing the research, that's different activity. And then the second reason why you need to do the research is to give the arguments to the beast, to the Voldemort. Because when you are discussing with the beast in your mind, you need to have proper reasoning, proper arguments to fight off his or hers temptations for you to eat chips again. So be prepared for that. And if I haven't lost your attention, write a comment starting with dog zoomies, so I will know that you are still listening to me. And I wish I can make a video describing my 20 strategies for the first 30 days, but nobody is going to watch such a long video. But I'm thinking to write a PDF that will describe, for example, how to avoid the chips aisle in the supermarket, or how to say no to your friends and family when they are giving you the bowl of chips for the first 30 days. That's going to be very, very difficult. Or how to transform your evenings when normally you would just spend them binge eating. So if you're interested in such a document, just write a comment and I will try to find some time to write it. Have a lovely day and stay strong.